Hi Olivia. Okay, let's have a look at your draft. Just thinking of this question, what do you actually mean the life is predetermined? That actually applies to most people. It depends on where you were born, where you were born, etc., etc. You might just want to reconsider the word predetermined there. I'm not quite sure what you mean. Otherwise, that's a good intro. And your central idea is clear. Sexual violence, rather than regarding women, against. Sorry, I'll just put review on, thought I'd done that. Okay, so sexual violence against women is the correct grammar. This was because of your name. Okay, again, check your vocabulary choice. What do you mean by virulent in this situation? Remember, don't just look for synonyms. Look up the exact meaning of that word to make sure it's conveying the meaning that you intend to. Good use of language here. Again, what do you mean by a boiling point? Right, that's a colloquialism which means it's met a high level of anger. Is that what you're referring to? Or are you referring to that it's got quite noticeable or prevalent? Think of the meaning of what you're saying. Good point here. Alright, disabled women. You're using really effective, like here, really effective emotive language, so well done. They live in precarious. Okay, see how you got a really long quote here? Just consider whether this quote, like all parts of that quote, need to be included. Okay. Maybe that last sentence isn't as important as the first one in creating your argument. Left out of protection coordinated legislations. Not quite sure what that phrase means. Can you go back and check it? Because your audience, your audience also may not understand, what that means. Now, remember regarding on how you use it. And this is a really common thing with Year 12 writers. Victimisation regarding disabilities. Regarding is not the correct word here. If you have victimisation, it's of people with disabilities. Okay, regarding means, doesn't exactly mean in connection to. It's just not the right word there. A new module of disability discrimination. Okay, a module is something like a learning module. Do you actually mean a new legislation or a new study? Okay, so just think, what do you actually mean there? Okay. The protection of women is at a low what? Low point, low level, low ebb, low priority. Okay, you need to actually put the the noun there. Is callous, insensitive, and truly does. Okay, good topic sentence. Alright, what do you mean moving away from intellectual disabilities and focusing on physical barriers? Does that mean that you are moving away from talking about intellectual disabilities and focusing on physical barriers? You just need to make that a little bit clearer. Okay, so this is continuing the same point, so that's okay to split it. Paradoxical. is the correct form. Now, this bit, if you are over the limit, you can shorten this or leave out, because you've got quite a long speech. You're trying to get this down to about 900 words. Again, this is a section that you might be able to shorten if you need to come down. Okay, the word you're looking for here is discomfort. So, less about the evidence and more about where you're making the argument would be good for shortening this section. This is a good analogy. Well done. Keep that in there. People will do that. Okay, I know Robert's book is amazing, but look how much you've written about him. On there, that's 193 words. This is a bit that you really need to shorten. Get to the point. Use the evidence to make your point rather than tell a story. Alright? This is where you're actually getting the punch with your listeners. Yes, Robert's story might be interesting and inspirational, but they're not reading the book. They want to know about the issues, and you're telling them that. The problem is dealing with it has not got us anywhere. Okay. Alright. Try maybe rephrasing your central idea. You don't have to use it exactly word for word again. And again, where you're summing up here, you can make that a little bit shorter, because what you're doing is breaking it between what we can do and how we can do it. You're breaking your argument up, and that's going to lessen the impact. Okay. Discuss the spirit ed lesson, be transformed into a talk with someone with real life experiences. Check your expression there. It's a little bit unclear. Yeah, this is a good ending, but again, coming back to this, one's life should never be predetermined. Don't forget, it's not just disability. Maybe it's not your life, it might be your opportunity. Should never be predetermined by, and then finish off with the by. Okay, really good start. You've just got to get it down to about 900 words.